My name's Teresa. I'm the owner and designer here at Perfectly Imperfect Designs. Today I'm going to be making a gingerbread wreath. Let me point you down because I can't tell what you guys can see. So this is the sign that we're going to be using. I made it. It's in my shop. It's an aluminum 9x7 sign. We're also going to be using these ribbons. Gingerbread boy and the red ribbon. This is 2.5. This is 1.5. I'm going to be using these are also available in my shop that go along with the sign. I'm going to be using a 14-inch Dollar Tree form. Okay, I'm going to be doing woodland ruffles. My mesh is cut to 30 inches. Hopefully you see what I'm doing. Okay, what I do is I just roll this 3 times. Then I turn it around and roll this side 3 times. Then I'm just going to ruffle it up in the middle. And that's why it's called a woodland ruffle, because it has ruffles in between the curls. Over there. Hello. Hi, Candace. Thanks for joining me. I'm making a gingerbread wreath. And I'm doing the woodland ruffle. My ruffles are cut at 30 inches. Roll it 3 times on one side. The last 2 wreaths that I did poofs. So this time, tonight, I decided to do woodland ruffles. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. My cord's stuck. Let me push this back. Get my rock now. It's starting to get curly. So I've got mesh to put in here. I've got ribbons, of course, tubing. Okay, so you just roll it up 3 times. Again, my mesh is cut to 30 inches. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for joining me. First time watching. Great, I'm glad you're on here now. Or the wind's blowing really bad right now. I don't know if it's storming again, but it's not very pretty outside. But thanks for joining me. Again, I'm making a gingerbread man wreath. My mesh is cut to 30 inches. I'm doing the woodland ruffle. My ribbons and my sign. This is my sign. These are my ribbons. My ribbons and my sign are available in my shop, but I don't know if my shop is up. Now some people can put their ribbons in and everything all at the same time. And I mean, I could do that, but it just leaves everything all clumped up, and I just don't like it. I just feel better when I put everything in, or at least the mesh, and then move on to the other stuff before I excuse me. Put one thing in at a time so I don't get overwhelmed. I bought this mesh at Craft Outlet. If you want to know something, just ask me and I'll let you know. My mesh came from Craft Outlet, and my ribbons, they're most likely from Craft Outlet. If they're not, they're from Sims. Oh, I got a wire. It's my sign. Hold on, my sign is attacking me. I realized the wires were loose on it. Oh, my chenille stems are they're approximately 4.5 inches apart. And for this method, there's 18 on here. I'm only putting ribbon in 12 of, I'm putting mesh in all 18. I'm putting ribbon and tubing in 12. And I do that because I don't like for the entire wreath to be covered with ribbon. Actually, my friend Brenda from over at Busy Bees, this is how she sets up her wreath form, and I just like the way she did it, so I do it every now and then. My last 2 wreaths have been poof wreaths, but I kind of have to stand up to do those, and I'm having troubles with my legs today, so probably because of the weather, but so I'm sitting down tonight. And my ruffles are cut to 30 or my mesh is cut at 30 inches. And of course I'm doing the woodland ruffle, if anybody doesn't know what method I'm using. I gotta make sure my ruffles are even on both sides too. Sometimes when I make them this long, I put them in and they're not all the same. But now what I'm going to do is I just go along and I stand them up next to each other so that they're pretty and they stand up. Now I'm not going to take too much time standing them because I'm going to have to do it again in the end. So, but I think this mesh is really pretty. This is one gingerbread wreath that I'm going to make. I have one more this year of gingerbread to make. Okay, now I'm ready to move on into the inside. Again, my name's Teresa, and you guys are at Perfectly Imperfect Designs. What the heck? Piece of fuzz. Yeah, I've got quite a few more Christmas wreaths to make, and I'm going to put some everyday wreaths, though, in between. And you guys, if you haven't followed me before, just touch the screen anywhere that, whatever you're watching me on, and 3 dots will come up in the right-hand corner. And if you hit follow, you'll get notified every time I go live. I go live every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm also going to be picking a night out of the week to go live on YouTube. It's exactly the same there as it is here. Perfectly Imperfect Designs. Imperfect does not have an I in it. It's just Perfectly, capital M, Perfect Designs. And if you could, subscribe to my channel. I've been trying to get to 100 subscribers for like forever, since I started. And I don't go live over there, so I don't have any subscribers. But I've got 97. I'm just trying to get over the hump. Oh, you did? Oh, I love getting orders. It's just like Christmas. I love it. I'm addicted to ribbon. I love Craft Out. I love all stores, warehouses that sell mesh. It can get the best of you. And if you make wreaths, you know that. Oh, you've been dealing with cold weather? Like, how cold is it? It's been really cold here. I mean, down in the upper 30s at night. And it's hardly ever this cold, this soon. I mean, I remember when I was growing up that it always rained on Halloween. And, I mean, it would be so miserable because it would be cold and the wind would be blowing. And, you know, I set out with my bag thinking I'm going to go to every single house and get so much candy. By the time I got a block down the street, I was miserably wet, cold, everything. But I don't know. I mean, the kids today just wish Halloween would be normal, so. And I guess it's going to be somewhat normal where we live. We live in the country, so it's called trunk or treat, and people go to the churches and put a bunch of candy in their trunks, and then they sit around in the parking lot and open their trunks and sit outside in lawn chairs, and the kids just go from, you know, car to car with their parents, or, well, at the churches, everybody knows everybody usually, and then they get their candy that way, instead of having to walk door to door, because there's no way with the space between the houses. So, got one left, you guys. And then, our son says they're still doing it this year, so I don't know. You have to see. I mean, if I see all the cars at the churches, and we do it when it's not pitch black out either, because that's just too dangerous, so. You know, they'll be able to see as they're walking around, because there's not very much light out here, so. But I have a feeling if he could just go door to door, he wouldn't care what he felt like, just to be normal again. Just to have one day. I mean, the kids here are still in school and everything. Alright, that was my last piece of mesh. So we have the mesh on here. Let's see this one. Drives me pretty crazy if they're not even. Okay. Now I'm going to start adding my ribbons. And when I add the ribbons, I'm going to go ahead and put tubing on. And I've already got my tubing made up. So these are my bundles. I'm just going to put these little bows on 12 ties. Now I only put the, no, there goes that stack. I only put the ribbons on the red pipe cleaners. So let me pull those up so that I don't get them buried. Hi, Dawn. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so my ribbons and the tubing, I'm only putting in the red pipe cleaners. And again, the reason why I like to do that is because I don't like for the entire wreath to be covered in ribbon. So I'll go around the outside first. And I am going to go ahead and add the tubing as I'm putting the ribbons in. Like I said, I already made these bundles up. It's just green and red tubing. This is my sign. And I have the sign and my ribbons available in my shop. Okay, I'm going to bend these pipe cleaners down. The white ones, I'm not putting ribbon in those. I love ribbon too. My husband has a cow every time I get a box at the door. But now that I've started making signs, I mean, things are picking up a little bit. So it's not so bad if you can get the orders. And, you know, if I get orders and then I get the boxes, it's not so bad. But when I'm not getting the orders, it's not so good, if you know what I mean. But the signs, they sell. It's just a matter of time, you know. You can't just start making signs and everybody knows you make signs, because that's just not how it works. You got to get your name out there, just like with anything else. Okay, this will be my last one on the bottom. Or the outside with this frame. Don't really have a top and a bottom. An outside and an inside. And I just roll these pipe cleaners over because when I start putting other stuff in here, I don't know if I'm going to use them. So I don't cut them off. Okay. Moving right along. Going into the inside. Hi, Jana. I got it from Craft Outlet. Thanks for joining me. And I'm doing the woodland ruffle. My ruffles are 30 inches long. Crisscross on the top. Pull them out on the bottom, crisscross on the top. I don't always crisscross on the top, but with this being so full, I think that's going to be best. Oh, I'm going to put my tubing in that one. And I'm glad I didn't try to do a poof under these woodland ruffles, because I don't think it would have fit. It's really full now, but I love a full wreath. Yeah, so I'm live on Facebook every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And if you touch the screen, 3 dots will come up in the right-hand corner. And if you just click follow, you'll just get notified of when I go live, nothing else. You won't get any kind of spam or anything like that. Nothing buggy. And I'm going to pick a night to go live on YouTube as well. But now I started making signs as well, so, and I love it. I really do. I'm not doing the actual graphic part of it yet, but I may learn how. I want to learn how, if I can fit it in with everything else I got going on. Alright, got one. This is 2 ties left. I have one, I'm one short because I never put my sign over ribbons, guys. I don't like to put my sign over ribbons. I just don't think it's a good look when ribbons are crammed underneath a sign and it looks like they're struggling to get out from underneath it. I just don't like that look. I'd rather not have it. I'd rather just not have the ribbon there. The sign covers it up anyway. You're never going to know the ribbon's not there. So that's why I'm missing one. And in the end, I hold this up so everybody can see it. Yeah, I would love for you guys to join me on Thursdays. That'd be awesome. Thursday night at 7 o'clock on Facebook. And then I'm going to pick a night that I'm live on. There it is. I'm going to pick a night to be live on YouTube as well. I'm really trying to build up my following over there. I'm not even to 100 subscribers yet. But if you go over there, it's the same name as it is here. Perfectly Imperfect Designs. Imperfect doesn't have an I in it. It's just capital M. All one word. Perfectly Imperfect Designs. I think I've had like 97 subscribers for months and months. Because I don't go live over there. Okay, we got the mesh, the ribbon, and the tubing in. Show you guys my bow. I gotta fluff it because I have a gingerbread man. Let's see. I guess I wouldn't have to put the bow on it. And I really think the gingerbread man and the sign look cute. That is adorable. Even if I moved it down. Okay, so I'd have to do it this way. The gingerbread man. And the sign. I cut my tails down a little bit. I guess I could... No, I don't like that. I like it without the bow. I think it looks cute. So I'm going to take my handy dandy needle right here. I use this. It's a darning needle. I use it when I crochet. And what I'm going to do is take my sign. And I put it right through the mesh so that it holds my sign up that way. I want it, let me see where that one that's missing is at. Right there. So, I'll put this on this side. And like I said, I put it right through the mesh so that I have a little bit of help holding it up. And it's not going to sink down. And I want it tilted in just a bit. Okay, I'm going to tie my sign down in here. And I just think this wreath looks better and cuter without the bow. I don't know why, I just do. even though I got the bow made and everything. And cut off these sprays. Pull my ribbons out so they don't look like they're strangled. And the gingerbread man. Okay, I'm going to put this on like this. Put this straight down through there. And I'm going to tie this to the frame. As well as this side. And I will go back through and tighten up all of my pipe cleaners. Okay. Now, let me see. I have some wreath balls that I made. So I think I'm going to try to put these in where I don't have the ribbon. Put 3 of these in. Let me cut these down where I'm going to put them. Cut down the pipe cleaners. And I'll put this one through here. These are also in my shop. I didn't think it needed the bow. I just thought that was too much. I think it's pretty enough. And then I make these with the big yarn, puffy yarn, chunky yarn. But I also crochet them as well. Not with this yarn, but no, I don't know about that. It's so perfectly in line with it. I like for things to be not exactly straight across from each other. So let me see something. If I do this one here and put one at the top, that way it's a triangle. Let me see what that looks like. Well, in this case, I think it's going to be okay since I don't have the bow. Because you'll actually be able to see the triangle when you look straight at it. And it's either 3 or 5 for me. So tonight is going to be 3. And I'm going to tighten this up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Put this one through here. Yeah, I was up in the air about whether or not to put the gingerbread guy on here, gingerbread man on here, but I'm glad I did because I think he looks cute on here. I want to be able to see them if they're in here. Alright, I'm going to hold this camera up. So you guys can see me. Hopefully that ring light's not in your way. And I'll stand back. Turned out really cute. I like it. I think it was just fine without the bow. I think it turned out good. I know I got one more of these, so I can find it and put it in, because two, I need to have three. Like I said, it's either 3s or 5s. So this will be available in my Etsy shop. The sign and the ribbons are available in my shop as well. And I'm live right here on Facebook every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. If you're watching this on Facebook, please hit the 3 dots and follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications of when I go live. And I'll see you all next Thursday, if not before. Thanks. Bye.